Hello guys, how are you? My name is Saheeb. I hope you will support this small channel by subscribing. Greetings to you, Saheeb. I'm sure you've heard the news about Daisy Coleman, a name that resonates with tragedy and resilience. Daisy became the somber face of the fight against sexual assault after her own harrowing experience as a teenager. Her story is one of immense pain but also of incredible strength and determination. Born in 1996 in Missouri, Daisy's story is not just about personal suffering, but a glaring spotlight on societal failures. Her life, marked by a tragic event, became a powerful narrative that highlighted the systemic issues within our society. Her ordeal encapsulated not only the brutality of her assault, but also the stigmatization and victim blaming that often follows such incidents. Daisy's experience was a stark reminder of how society often fails to support victims, instead subjecting them to further trauma. This section aims to introduce Daisy, setting the stage for a deeper exploration into her life and the profound impact of her experiences on society. Her story is a testament to the need for change and the importance of listening to and believing survivors. Daisy's life before the incident was marked by the usual joys and tribulations of teenage years. She was a typical teenager, full of dreams and aspirations, enjoying the simple pleasures of youth. She was known among her peers for her vibrant personality and her involvement in cheerleading. Her enthusiasm and energy made her a beloved figure in her community. However, her life took a drastic turn one winter night in 2012, which led to an unexpected and painful journey. This event not only changed her life, but also set her on a path of advocacy and activism. This story is a poignant reminder of the vulnerability of youth and the harsh realities that can abruptly end childhood. It underscores the importance of protecting our young and ensuring they grow up in a safe environment. The significance of Daisy Coleman's story lies not only in the personal tragedy, but also in how it mirrors the experiences of many others, shedding light on broader societal issues. Her case became a symbol of the fight against sexual violence and the need for systemic change. Her case became a catalyst for discussions about consent, victim shaming, and the efficacy of the judicial system in handling such delicate matters. It sparked a national conversation about how we treat survivors and the changes needed to support them better. Through Daisy's story, we delve into the complex interplay between individual trauma and societal responses. Her journey highlights the need for empathy, understanding, and systemic reform. As we explore Daisy's life and the pivotal events that shaped her advocacy, it is crucial to approach her story with sensitivity and respect. Her experiences are a powerful reminder of the resilience of the human spirit. Her courage in facing her past and striving to change the future for others is both heartbreaking and inspiring. Daisy's legacy is one of bravery and a relentless pursuit of justice. This section serves as an introduction to a narrative that is fraught with pain, but also filled with significant lessons for society. Daisy Coleman's story is a call to action, urging us to create a world where such tragedies are no longer a reality. On a cold night in January 2012, Daisy Coleman, then 14, attended a small gathering at a friend's house in her small Missouri town. The air was crisp and the streets were quiet, a typical winter evening that held no forewarning of the events to come. What was intended as a casual evening with friends spiraled into a nightmare that would alter the course of her life forever. The laughter and camaraderie of the night quickly turned into something far more sinister. Daisy was assaulted while incapacitated, a victim of what would later be described in legal terms as non-consensual intercourse perpetrated by a 17-year-old acquaintance. The betrayal by someone she knew added another layer of trauma to the already horrific experience. This section recounts the events of that fateful night, setting the groundwork for understanding the subsequent impact on her life. Each moment of that night is a piece of a puzzle that reveals the depth of the tragedy. The incident itself was not only traumatic but also marked by a disturbing lack of accountability from those present. Friends who should have protected her instead turned a blind eye, compounding her sense of betrayal and isolation. Daisy was left in a semi-conscious state in the freezing cold on her family's front porch, a stark indication of the disregard for her well-being by her assaulter. The cold seeped into her bones, mirroring the chilling indifference of those who abandoned her. This abandonment and the physical consequences she suffered that night underscore the brutality of the assault. Her injuries were not just physical but emotional, leaving scars that would take years to heal. The severity of the situation became a pivotal point in the narrative, symbolizing a gross violation of trust and safety. It was a moment that shattered her innocence and altered her perception of the world. The following morning, the grim reality of the previous night began to set in as Daisy and her family grappled with the immediate physical and emotional aftermath. The shock and disbelief were palpable as they tried to comprehend the enormity of what had happened. The confusion and pain that Daisy experienced were compounded by the fear and uncertainty of what lay ahead. The future seemed bleak, filled with questions and doubts about justice and recovery. This moment was a critical juncture, as it forced her to confront a harsh new reality, one where her life was irrevocably changed. The path ahead was uncertain, fraught with challenges that would test her resilience and strength. As the details of the night slowly surfaced, the impact on Daisy began to unfold in complex layers of trauma and disbelief. Each revelation brought new waves of pain, making the journey towards healing even more daunting. The assault was not just a physical violation. It was an emotional and psychological watershed that marked the beginning of a lengthy and arduous journey towards healing and justice. The road was long, filled with obstacles that required immense courage to overcome. This section not only sets the scene for the personal challenges Daisy faced, but also underscores the societal failure to protect its vulnerable members. It highlights the need for systemic change to prevent such tragedies from recurring, emphasizing the importance of accountability and support for survivors. In the days following the assault, Daisy Coleman and her family found themselves navigating a tumultuous landscape of medical, legal, and emotional challenges. The initial step involved seeking medical attention, where the physical evidence of the assault was documented. This medical intervention, while crucial, was yet another traumatic experience for Daisy, as it involved invasive procedures and a stark confrontation with the reality of her assault. This section examines the immediate aftermath and the initial responses from various support systems. The police investigation that followed was a source of both hope and frustration for the Coleman family. While Daisy's case was quickly taken up by local law enforcement, the ensuing process revealed a justice system fraught with biases and inconsistencies. The handling of evidence, interrogation techniques, and overall approach to sexual assault cases came under scrutiny. Daisy's experience highlighted significant gaps in how victims are treated and how perpetrators are held accountable. Simultaneously, the Coleman family faced an unexpected backlash from their own community. Rather than receiving support and empathy, they encountered skepticism and blame. This reaction was a harsh illustration of the societal stigmatization that often accompanies sexual assault cases. Daisy's character and actions were publicly dissected and judged, adding a layer of social trauma to her already heavy burden. As Daisy and her family grappled with these immediate obstacles, the psychological toll began to manifest. Daisy struggled with acute symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, including nightmares, anxiety, and depression. The intersection of medical, legal, and community responses in the aftermath of the assault illustrates the complex web of challenges that survivors often face, pointing to a broader societal need for a more compassionate and comprehensive approach to sexual assault. The story of Daisy Coleman's assault did not remain confined to her small Missouri town. What began as a local tragedy soon spiraled into a national conversation, drawing the attention of media outlets far and wide. It quickly captured national and international attention, becoming a focal point for discussions on sexual assault and the justice system. The case highlighted the systemic issues and the often flawed responses to such serious allegations. This section explores the escalation of the case into a media phenomenon and the public's reaction, which ranged from supportive to critically divisive. The media frenzy surrounding Daisy's story was unprecedented, with news outlets and social media platforms buzzing with opinions and debates. As the details of Daisy's case began to surface, the media played an instrumental role in shaping public perception. The narrative constructed by the press influenced how the public viewed not only Daisy, but also the broader issues of sexual violence and justice. Coverage varied widely, with some outlets portraying Daisy with sympathy and others casting doubt on her credibility. This dichotomy in media portrayal created a polarized public opinion, with some rallying behind Daisy and others questioning her story. The intense media scrutiny not only amplified the pressure on Daisy and her family, but also highlighted the power of the press in influencing legal and public responses to sexual assault cases. The relentless coverage brought both support and additional trauma to Daisy, as every detail of her life was dissected in the public eye. The public reaction was equally mixed, with a significant outpouring of support clashing with voices of skepticism and blame. This clash of opinions was evident in community meetings, online forums, and even in the streets, where supporters and skeptics often found themselves at odds. Social media platforms became battlegrounds where differing views on the case were vehemently expressed. Hashtags, posts, and comments flooded the internet, each contributing to the heated debate and reflecting the deep divisions in public opinion. This public discourse reflected a broader societal struggle with themes of victim blaming, consent, and accountability in cases of sexual violence. The conversation sparked by Daisy's case forced many to confront uncomfortable truths about how society handles such allegations. Amidst the tumult, advocacy groups and survivors of sexual assault rallied around Daisy, seeing her case as emblematic of the challenges faced by many other victims. These groups organized rallies, provided support, and used Daisy's story to advocate for broader systemic changes. This support network played a crucial role in sustaining Daisy's spirits and underscored the importance of community solidarity in fighting against sexual violence. The collective efforts of these groups highlighted the power of community in providing strength and hope to survivors. The media storm and public outcry surrounding Daisy Coleman's case serve as a testament to the societal impact of sexual assault and the complex dynamics of empathy, outrage, and denial that it can trigger. The case became a mirror reflecting society's struggles with these issues. This section not only recounts the escalation of Daisy's story, but also examines the collective response that it elicited, shaping the narrative around sexual violence and justice. The case of Daisy Coleman remains a powerful example of how individual stories can ignite widespread movements and drive societal change. If you like this video, I hope you will subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button. Goodbye.